Like, I mean, he'd hit the Cyclops so hard that you would see blood come out of his head, and you know that he actually hurt himself in the process, and I guess the game just registered it as me hitting terrain. Or something, because... What are you doing, fuckhead? He's getting louder. Dickweed! Okay, how you doing, man? See? Ah, chill. Stare me right in the face, but not attacking me. Alright, what's up guys? It's Sarcastic Dragon here, and welcome back to the official final version of Leviathans for Dummies. Except you're not dummies, you're all brilliant, smart, awesome people. Don't hate me. Okay, anyways. So, today I am going to give you in honor of Subnautica's official launch, which is mere hours away. Well, for you, well, it's also for me, but it's like 15 hours away for me. But anyways, I will be giving you the complete guide on how to fuck with all the Reapers and just Leviathans in general you want when you finally pop the official game in for the first time, etc., etc. So, today I'm not just going to introduce you to all the Leviathans, I'm going to show you all of my patented techniques for fucking with them, hurting them, capturing them, taming them, etc., etc., etc. And yes, you can tame them, kind of. A little bit. So I'll show you all of them and more. So, so I'm going to show you all my techniques first. So I've got everything ready here, and you know what, since he's... Okay, alright, so, we're obviously gonna need to meet a couple of the Reapers first in order to test on them, our techniques and such and such. So, onward! Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either. Can't see anything. Okay, jeez. Alright, so, the key to pretty much any method of messing with them is a stasis rifle. You want to do anything with a Reaper, or any other Leviathan, see I'm doing it again, you're gonna need one of these. So, obviously the easiest way to kill them is one that I certainly didn't make up. It's definitely one of the easiest. It's to just, you know, freeze them up, go at them with a knife until they die, rinse and repeat, yada yada yada, and then they'll be dead. However, there are many other ways to deal with them, and I'm not gonna do it on this one, because this one is Dickweed. And he is the one who is directly below the gun, and I don't know if it's just me making stuff up, probably, maybe not, but he seems to be distinctly less aggressive than the rest of the Reapers, and thus I have named him very nice to him. Shut up! Isn't that right, Dickweed? Come say hi. Yeah. So, he likes to give hugs. You gotta give him a hug every now and then. Alright, okay. So, we're gonna try some of the non-harmful methods on him. So, see? He gives up really quickly. That's his thing. He doesn't come after you as often, and then he gives up trying to get you really quickly. I really wish there was a volume slider for her voice. I really do. Like, I appreciate all the talking and stuff like that and effort, but sometimes when I'm trying to do stuff, it just gets really irritating. So, this is Dickface. Now, he's just... I mean, I don't know. He's pretty mediocre, if I'm being honest. He's got his weird days. He's kind of moody, I guess. So, now we're getting to the more interesting ways to kill Reapers. And... these ones are much more permanent. And yes, I do mean permanent as in they don't ever come back ever. Because, like, if you just kill them with a knife, they'll respawn. This will prevent that from happening. Isn't that right, Dickface? Hey, I did it again. Okay, alright. So, what you're gonna need to do for this one, this is the tried and true method for me. If I'm annoyed with a Leviathan and I want it gone, this is how I do it. So I'm gonna need you to come here, Dickface. Come here. So what you're going to want to do is, again, you're going to want to freeze them with a stasis rifle. That's how you do it. So you got to freeze them up, make sure you got some time. Then you're going to want to build something. It doesn't matter what you build. Just build something. And get it so that it can hit them. Like so. And doing so will cause them to despawn, and they do not ever return. I mean, unless they fix that with a bug update or something like that. But as of now, this is permanent. You do this, they gone. So, yep. Alright, that's the end of Dickface. Okay, so here's my final method, I think. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, yeah, I don't think I have any other ways to kill them. If I do, they're not very effective in there. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess you can also just grapple onto them with an exosuit and just whack at them, but it's not very effective. I've never managed to kill a Reaper doing it. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I have. But, yeah, it's just ridiculously ineffective. And to be honest, so is this, but this one's just kind of hilarious. So, in order to avoid killing any of the other Reapers that we need to introduce you to, I'm just going to spawn one here and we're going to test it on him. So this is the floater method. Now, warning, if you don't have a pretty beefy computer, this one probably is not smart. Okay, what the hell is this guy's problem? He thinks he's just too good for me or something? Alright. So, like I said, this method is not very effective, but it's funny, and is what I've been focusing on the past few episodes. So you just want to get real close to them, right under their chin, like so. You want to do item... No, not item, sorry. Spawn... Oh, god damn it, I'm stupid. Okay, alright. Anyways, as I was saying, you just want to get right up underneath their chin. Real close to them. Like so. Not an S. And I usually go for 100. So once you got that, and see, I didn't even get close enough. That's not even close enough, I don't think. Then once you let go, they'll all stick to him like so. And... yeah, then that happens. And now you can still hear him. And I probably should have done that last because, yeah, it kind of fucks with the game a little bit. So, again, typically, I mean, obviously you have to cheat to do that anyways, and honestly, typically, I just don't recommend doing that in general, but it's just funny, and it kills them, so there you go. Okay, so admittedly, this is a technique I only just came up with in the last video, so I'm admittedly not as good with this yet, but I'll get better at it. But what I've noticed is you're much more likely to be able to dodge their attacks if you essentially just stay close to them while they're attacking you, and then just kind of spin around in a circle, and usually... like so. And he's getting too close. But eventually, yeah, so, like that. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not great at it yet, because I kind of just figured this out, but it seems to be the most effective way to do it if you're going to try and do it. So, yeah, alright. Dodging. Iffy, but it works, kind of. Isn't that right, Dickweed? Damn right. Okay. Alright, so, obviously, here's the part that you're all interested in. Taming Leviathans. Now, this is something I've never tried on any Reaper Leviathan at all, other than Dickweed. So, and it's a little hit or miss, but it does seem to help. So, this is actually going to take me a bit, so I'm going to pause the recording real quick. So, to start your, To start your, taming thing, you're gonna need to start building these. You're gonna need to build a lot of them, too. And you can't really do this legitimately. Is that not right? That was not him, that was the biter, for the record. See? He only goes for you, like, once and then he gives up. This is why Dickweed's my favorite. And honestly, maybe that makes this taming thing easier. I'm not sure, because like I've said, I've never really done it on any other Reaper. Because honestly, the usage for this is not... there aren't that many applications for this. It's more of a novelty, and I did it... okay, I don't know really how that worked, but... oh! Hi, Dickweed. But... yeah, I only ever really did this simply for the sake of a bet, because I've made it clear that he's my friend, but I've got this one friend named Devout Relic. He started off as just a subscriber, but, like, we chill a lot now, and he always hated Dickweed, and he would always rip on him constantly, and we basically made a bet that said if I could figure out how to tame him and get him to be passive without the use of any modifications to, like, the actual game's files, then he would have to stop trashing him, and so, yeah, that's why I did this. But, yeah, otherwise I've never really tried this on any other Reaper because that's really the only application that was there for this. But, anyways, moving on. So, here we are. Alright, so we're done with the first one. So, you're gonna need to build cages like this. And no, don't worry, I'm not suggesting you just go in there and sit in there so he can't reach you. That's not what I'm suggesting. That'd be way too easy and that wouldn't be taming, would it? So, there's not really any specific number of these that you have to build, but the more that you build, the more effective it's going to be. And the reason for that is, so now what you're going to want to do once you've done this, is you're going to want to come in here, and you're going to want to spawn bone sharks. Or stalkers, I guess, but bone sharks are what I use, and that's what I assume is probably best. So, spawn bone... So here we've got us a little cage full of bone sharks. Now, they're stuck in here, obviously, that's the point. And so, essentially, you just want to rinse and repeat this and build a bunch of cages kind of surrounding his range of movement. That's the key to it, is, you know, he has this range of movement that he moves around in. And as you can see, I've not done enough yet, so it's not working. So you want to, like, build some right there, right there, right there, right there, and just kind of encircle his range of movement. And essentially, and then just spawn more bone sharks in. And essentially what it does is it just gives him so many targets that he just rarely ever, he never chooses you. As long as you stay kind of close to one of the cages, it is very, very rare that he will ever attack you. I mean, see, it already works a little bit. Like, I remember I did a live stream building this array thing that I did, and I sat there, literally did not move for like 20 minutes and did not get hit once. So that just shows kind of pretty much how effective it is. However, he kept getting catapulted while I was building this, so I kept spawning new Reapers here, and it always worked on them. So maybe this will work on all Reapers. But as you can see, unless you get in his way, once you do a bunch of these, it will help significantly. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to do the entire thing, because you could already see that he's ignoring me a lot more than before. He's only gone for me once out of these 2 times. If I just stay right here... Alright, so that's taming. I do not currently have any other methods for doing this. I don't know. And I don't really need any. Like I said, I only did this for a bet. And just to see if I could. And I could. So, ha. Anyways. Alright, anyways. Let's move on. So, what's next? Herding? Capturing. Yeah, let's do capturing. Alright, so, you want to capture yourself a Reaper. You want a pet Reaper, but... Oh, no. Careful. Careful. This is what you gotta be careful for. Watch this. Did they fix that? That's phenomenal. Now, see, if you start moving away from it, then he'll start going for you again. So, that's the other thing, is that's why you want to build a bunch of them, so that you're always pretty close to one of the cages. I built them in that giant, see? I built, like, one in the giant ring, and then I built one in the center as well. And that's how I got him to be pretty much completely passive for, like, an entire 30 minutes. That's how I did it. So, yep. It's a bit tedious, but not too difficult. Again, the cage design is just a ring of tubes, and then just lines of corridors across, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to power the bases or anything. It doesn't even matter if they flood. So, anyways, you want to capture yourself a Reaper, or whatever else. Doesn't matter what. How are you going to do that? Well, again, this is pretty straightforward. I mean, obviously, you could just build a giant cage and spawn one in, but there's no fun in that. You want to capture yourself a natural one, a purebred. And again, I don't think I'm going to demonstrate the entire thing on this, because it does take, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Essentially, you just want to build a bunch of platforms like this. Build a ring around the platforms. Make sure, again, you got to make sure that you're not going to accidentally build something and despawn them. So you got to make sure that they're in an ideal position. So make the platform big enough so that they're in the center and not touching any of the corridor pieces. And you're just going to build a corridor around those platforms. That was graceful. Did you see that? Anyways, build some corridors around those platforms. Whoops. Build these vertical connectors up to the top. build the build more corridors on top of that in a ring, and essentially you've got yourself a cage, build across the top to make yourself a roof, make them out of corridors, and essentially, yeah, there's plenty of videos of me doing it on this channel, so if you really need help, just consult one of those. I do it in probably every other video the past 30 videos, so, yeah, it's pretty straightforward stuff, not very difficult. Moving on. So, now here's the issue. You're an environmentalist. You don't want to hurt any animals. You're an animal lover, damn it. You're an animal lover. You don't want to hurt the critters of this world. But there's a Reaper in this area, and he's really inconvenient, and you just need it gone. Well, I've got just the technique for you. You can actually herd these fuckers, and by which I mean you can get them to move wherever you want. Well, to a certain degree. They like moving towards the center of the map, so towards the safe shallows. It is a bit difficult to get them to move in any other direction, but honestly, that's not usually an issue, because most of the Reapers are on the outlying edges of the map. I mean, they're like all out on the edge of the map, so if you're really going to want to get them to go anywhere, it's probably going to be inwards anyways, so it's probably not an issue. But, so you want to move yourself a Reaper. Here's how you're going to do it. I'm going to do it on Dickweed. I'm going to feel a little bad about it because it does involve hurting them a bit. So what you want to do is you want to get them to go for you. You have to wait till they're going for you. Actually, you know what? Dickweed's too nice. Well, unless you're still going for me. Alright, cool. Alright, so you're going to want to freeze them up like that. You don't want to charge it up at all. You only want to click it once, so you've just got one pulse. So you're going to want to get real close to them, pulse it once, whack them facing whatever direction it is you want them to go in, and just whack them constantly until the bubble goes away, and they're off to the races. Rinse and repeat. So, yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to that also. So, you know, side to side, and then if you want them to just go forward, hit them from the bottom. It's not quite as effective sometimes, but, yeah. Yeah, Dickweed, I'm sorry. It was just for demonstration purposes. One more time, okay? I know it's a hot blade. I'm sorry. And generally, they'll have a wider range of movement. They'll just kind of be a little bit erratic, but they won't go back to their original spots once you get them far enough. See, he's off there in the kelp forest. When you ever seen a Reaper out there? You never have, that's when. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward stuff too. I don't know, that's really all there is for that. Uh-oh. Oh, there he goes. So that is an example of what happens sometimes when they go into rocks. He's gone. One time he did that, and he went off that way towards the void. And then I went to go look for him, and then I turned around and looked back, and he was back in his original spot. So I'm pretty sure Dickweed's also a wizard. So does that cover all the techniques for messing with them? I think it does.